I use Obsidian for all of my file and folder management on my computer. That includes Excel documents, PDF documents, articles, and research, and obviously Markdown files inside of Obsidian. And the organization has, let's just say, room for improvement, but it's a dynamic process. It's always changing. So in this video, I want to take you through where I'm currently at. For a little bit of orientation, in the bottom left, you can see I'm in a Research Obsidian Vault. That's the name of the Vault folder. There are just over 8,500 files and just under 400 folders inside of this vault. There are folders inside of all of these and lots of files inside of Research, which is where most of my traditional Obsidian note-taking happens. You can see I've got a Vaultcraft file, and what I tend to do in this is just put things in here that I need to get done. So I need to check folders, check tags, links, views, and then I need to go through the quick notes file. And whenever there's something else I want to do or get done, I will put it in the Vaultcraft file. So I know that I need to do this inside of Obsidian to make sure that things stay somewhat organized. And this is kind of like a quick dumps area, which is why it's not inside of any folder. It's just really quickly accessible. But then I also have shortcuts too. This is an Excel document where I do all the finances. This is the basis view that you can currently see here, which is actually something I'm going to go through in a minute. And then I've got Eastbourne Trampoline, which is just a file inside of this folder called Eastbourne Trampoline. I personally always keep the left sidebar up. I also keep this basis view pinned inside of the left side and then add tabs. The main tab that I'm working on or writing on is in the right side, so you can see Vaultcraft is currently what I'm working on. And then I always have the outline plugin showing in the right sidebar. So if I was to go into, let's say, Ecological Acoustics, in here, I can see all of the different sections in the file, jump back to views, and then let's go for ease of cognition. Now I've got this one up again. The outline is showing. I'll jump backwards and let's just close that down. So I'm always in these 4 panes inside of Obsidian. I then have the default search in the right side, and then I have the backlinks in the right side. This is mainly so I can look through the backlinks without having to go to the bottom of the file like I do here, but I do have the backlinks showing at the bottom of a file. So when I go to something like the Ecological Acoustics, you can see these are the backlinks and I don't have to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Let's just do it this way. It's a bit easier. Yeah, and then look at them down the bottom. But when I'm down towards the bottom of a file and I'm writing, I can see the linked mentions, which is helpful, which is why I have them in the doc. But while I'm in this file, if we jump back to the top, you can see we've got properties inside of this file, and this is a project. So it's inside of the research folder. So the main Vault folder is inside of projects, and it's called Ecological Acoustics. That's just the name of the file. Then there is a number property called duration, the tags property, so I've got YouTube and book chapter, due date, completed, priority. Now through this, I guess maybe it's going to be a series. I'm going to explain why I have all of these in here and the overarching system that dynamically changes. These tags change quite often, due dates move around and things happen, but these properties remain the same inside of my project files because I integrate with Morgan. I want to add a disclaimer at this point. I do currently work for Morgan, but I used Morgan for 2 years before I started working with them, and I thoroughly enjoy the tool, but it is a paid tool, so don't have to use it at all, but it does integrate with Obsidian, which I haven't found any other calendar app or calendar task app that integrates with Obsidian. That's my experience. If you do know any, let me know in the comment section below so you can share with others. But if we have a quick look at my Morgan, I've hidden all of the tasks and events and stuff just in case there's anything private that needs to be hidden, but you can see I've got Obsidian and I've got the Obsidian project files, so the files or the notes are being shown as tasks, and these are taking the properties from the Obsidian files, and then I can plan and organize things. So if I go to the month view, you can see that's an Obsidian project, Obsidian project, Obsidian project, etc. And they are being shown inside of Morgan, so I can schedule time to do them. And that's why these properties are all the same. Actually, that does remind me I need to go through those properties because I need to remove unused properties because I haven't done that in like forever. And I know I have a ton of them because when I go add properties, I then have like this massive long list of properties, which I really don't need. So let's just move this file over to the side and let's have a look at the view. And you can see Ecological Acoustics is right at the top because it's sorted by due date. And while I'm here, actually, let's just go over here. So check folders. No, let's do that one first. That was a shortcut, by the way. I guess I should probably mention that I use a lot of shortcuts and hotkeys. So if I say move, you can see here, Control up, control down, moves lines up and down. I use this all of the time, and I will try and share the shortcuts that I have inside of Morgan as I go through. If we have a look at the views, I've got upcoming, books, articles, discussions. Let me check. This view is filtering for tags with research. Now I have research tags, but I don't think I'm going to actually use this view, so I'm going to delete it because I just want to get rid of clutter. chapters is looking for book chapters. Now, this was useful because I was ranking them. You can see I've got a rank in here, so I could order which chapter goes first as I go through the books and I'm reading and taking notes. But I found that I didn't actually use this rank at all, and I was just doing it because I was going through the book. I knew which projects I was going to do because of the due date, so I probably don't need this rank. This is a calculated rank, I believe. No, it's not. It's actually a property. Okay, so I can see the property inside of the file. Oh, that's when I use the task notes community plugin, which I don't need because there's far too many properties in here that I don't want. And for reference, for those of you that don't know, you can now highlight tons of cells and then push backspace and it will delete all of those. So that's what I've just done. That was a recent update that came out for those unfamiliar. And as you can see, I've got tons of files. I've got 99 with ranking, so I need to get rid of rank. I'm not going to do that right now because I can't be bothered. But I am going to delete this view. But I think I'm going to keep the article view because then I can keep track of what articles I'm reading, because I then have the books view because I've got books that I'm going through and articles I'm going through for academic reference. Yeah, it makes sense to keep the both too. And then the upcoming view, if we go into the filters, you can see is looking for anything that has YouTube, which relates to an experiment I've been doing recently when it comes to research. Normally, I'm just writing and writing and writing inside of Obsidian and taking tons of notes and having smaller notes, larger notes, essays, and big files of like 30,000 words. But what I realized, or what I noticed, is that a lot of the writing that I was doing, I wasn't referencing again, because once I'd done the file was sort of finished and move on, but I would still use points from it. So I was duplicating work in some files, or I was trying to find words and things, and searching through using like Control F or Control U inside of Obsidian became a bit of a pain, and I just wanted an overview. And what I noticed is most of the content that I consume is on YouTube at ×2 speed, and what I wanted to do is, what I found myself doing is trying to get a reader to go through my Obsidian and just read it out to me, but it wasn't working very well because it was my words which were messy and there were bullet points, and I had left out some of the other thinking that I had with the file. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make all of the research, all of the project files into a video so I can watch myself back, talk to my future self, as it were, about these research ideas and things. So whenever I'm consuming a piece of content and I have an opinion, I will write my opinion about the content, relate it to previous content, YouTube video ideas, projects, just files inside of my Obsidian, and then I can record them, I can just post them on YouTube, and then I can reference back to it. And if I do want to have a look at what was in the file, I don't have to go just to the Obsidian file. I can go to YouTube and watch it back. It's a personal workflow thing, but essentially my PKM is now on YouTube. And for those interested, I'll link a channel at the top for where it is. But all of my book chapters I'm reading, the articles I'm reading, the videos I'm watching, the discussion points I have, and opinions that I share inside of my Obsidian, my Vault class of Obsidian, is just on YouTube. So I can now look back at them. It also means I get like other people's opinions on my discussion points, articles, and then they refer me to other research, and then I can put it in Obsidian and do something else for it. So I'm using Obsidian as the rough notes and YouTube as the more refined thoughts that are work in progress, as it were. And this YouTube tag is how I'm currently separating all of the old research files, because you see I've only got 115 here, whereas if I go into research and go to projects, I've got like 800. Yeah, 874. So I'm missing about 760 inside of here. So I will slowly start bringing them in, like 4 E's of Cognition, for example, was just a really old file. Let's go to the outline. You can see here we've got like old different explanations of what's going on, but I don't want to have to read through this all again. You can see various links to different videos and things that I want to discuss. And so I've added YouTube, it's a discussion point, and then I've added a due date so it shows in the basis view. And so I know this is a research project I'm going to do, albeit it's got a YouTube tab, but it's really just me going through the 4 E's of Cognition: embedded, embodied, enacted, and what was the last one? Extended, that I was missing. And to give a little bit of a background, I did a conversation about Hank Green and AI because they did a video and it was interesting about superintelligence. And I thought, oh, superintelligence, that reminds me of the 4 E's of Cognition. And so if we go to the backlinks for this file, you can see Hank Green is there. So we've got the script, there it is, 4 E's of Cognition, and that's what made me think of the thing. So I've now put it into YouTube and then I can start scripting it out. So it's guiding my research, bringing the old stuff that I have inside of Obsidian to the forefront so I can reword it and condense my thoughts. So I checked my views, but I actually now want to do something else. I'm going to add other project views, check the folders. Yep, I have gone through all of the folders, and I'm not going to show you that because, like I said, there's personal stuff in them. Checking tags. Ugh. I'm going to have to turn on the tags view for this. Oh wow, there's so many tags in here that I do not need or use. But you know what, some of these tags are actually to do with templates that I was playing around with, so I kind of need to keep them. So how else am I going to go through? Okay, so what I've done is I've added the tags property, I've added a tag, and now I can see what's in it. So do I want this? Yeah, that doesn't work either. Right, okay, that worked. So all of the Obsidian templates and stuff that I've played around with, I just moved the entire folder. So what is it? I just dragged it back in quickly there. It's 1,176 files, 328 folders. I just dragged it out of the vault. So now I only need to manage these ones, which are actually being used. And even though I'm getting rid of most of these tags because I don't need them, don't use them, I'm also adding appropriate tags that I want to use, so I actually want to use the article tag. And I'm also trying to remove as many of these task blocks as possible because I used them previously because that's how Morgan brought in Obsidian tasks, but now I don't need them, I don't really want them because one, Morgan has to look for them, and two, they just make the file look nasty. Like, here is another example, like I don't need it, I'm just going to get rid of it, don't need that, actually I'm going to clear all those properties. And then add in a template, nice. I guess it's probably a discussion, but I don't want it to appear in YouTube because I don't actually want to work on that. Again, that's a hotkey I use quite a lot. Delete current files, Control Alt Backspace is just get rid of the file, just go. I'm also removing the duration for the moment because duration is time estimate and how long I think it's going to take, and the Morgan planner estimates how long it's going to take. So 300 is minutes, so it schedules that amount of time on the calendar. I actually am not liking that at the moment, so I'm just going to remove the duration. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what this is. This is one of those things that I've written about, but I'm going to have to read through, and I don't want to have to read through it. So I think I could probably put the miscellaneous tag on it and use that as a, hey, you should probably look at this at some point in the future, but can't be bothered right now. And complex skills feels like another one. I think I've got a video on this, but I think this was really broad and just not great. I mean, the title doesn't tell me anything. And this is a perfect example of what I mean. Like, I don't want to have to read through all of this to work out what it is. I'd much rather just go onto YouTube, watch the video, and then know what I was talking about. So I'm going to leave it in miscellaneous. Teaching complex landing skills makes sense. I think I know what this is about. Again, tons of redundant properties, loads of random writing that I just don't need. Like, I don't need any of this tut. Then I got the main problems, and then points of the article, but I don't want to read through it all. I just want to be able to watch a video because this sounds interesting, but I'm not entirely sure what I said, so I just want to watch the video. Then it might trigger some thoughts or some ideas about how it could link to something else, and that's where future research goes, or I could link it back to something else I've recently read. That's my thinking when I'm going through notes like this. But when I look at the backlinks, this hasn't been linked to anything, probably because I did it and forgot about it, which is the issue with my Obsidian. And this is another perfect example. Like, this isn't showing up in the bases because it doesn't have any properties, but it's got the book chapter in it. So this could actually be a duplicate file, I don't know. So I'm going to delete all of that, add the template, YouTube book chapter, and sort it because I can see that it's linked to this file, which is a book. Oh, and it's got that rank property that I don't want. Let's just remove it from here while I'm here and get rid of those because I don't need that. And while we're here, this is a book file, so I've got all of the chapters linked, which are going to be individual videos, articles, whatever you want to call them. You can see this is the, wait, no, that's not the one I was on. Oh, no, it was. That is the one that I was on because there's the properties. Yeah, because I just got rid of all the other stuff. Yeah, so these are all the other files inside of this book. If I click to search for the book and then go Introduction to Ecological Psychology, this is the one I'm working through at the moment. You can see here are all the articles I'm working through. So 8 traditional assumptions, and that's the article, but I've got a video on YouTube that I can go and watch rather than have to read through all that. Now here we have a list of coaches that I'm going through, like different coaches' stories. I've got a couple of them that have been sort of discussed, and then I've got a list of other coaches. So this is a list of files which I want to go through. So it's kind of like a book, but it's not a book, so it's I would call it a collection. So I'm going to add a tag to that so I know what it is. And I'm actually going to add a due date because then I can go through this collection. So let's go through this collection before the new year so I know what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to make any decisions with it. And here is another one of those files that is just so broad, like motivation. What does that mean? Is that intrinsic? Is that extrinsic? There's probably got headings in here that are, there you go, intrinsic. This is better. No, it's not. It depends. And then loads more context. I need more information on this file. I've probably written about ideas about extrinsic and intrinsic motivation elsewhere, but it's not related. I doubt there's many backlinks. Oh wow, no, the complete opposite, because it's so broad of a title, it's linked to loads of, well, some of those things make sense, others not so much, and then it's just linked to almost every source. How many unlinked references was that? 401. Yeah, I need more specific titles than this. I'm gonna go get tag wrangler very quickly, install, enable, come into here, miscellaneous, rename, check me, continue. Okay, and now I can disable that because I will never use it again until I go back into and do the tags. Oh, and then while we're here, I got Morgan tasks, so I can bring in Morgan tasks from Obsidian Pandoc, because when I'm exporting certain files, I want it in a Word document, such as meeting agendas and documents to share with other people. It's easier in a Word doc than it is a Markdown, so that's what I use Pandoc for. Paste URL is for bringing in timestamps of YouTube videos onto words that I've brought in from notes. Update plugin tracker is just so the quick add update gets updated to make sure it doesn't break, and then quick add is for when I create a new file. So if I go Control N, it says new project, enter, and then it creates a new project using the template. So I've got all of the properties in there. It goes into research projects, so it's in the right folder, it's got the right template, and it allows me to add the title right at the start. But because I don't want this, let's just delete it with that hotkey I showed earlier. But now I've come to an issue, because I can see coaching, so we've got some personal projects, I then have coaching projects, and then I have research related projects, but then the research and book kind of conflict as tags, so I need to make it so that it makes sense to me. I'm not going to tackle the sources, I'm just going to ignore those. And I can also see that there's like 110 or so coaching projects that aren't with YouTube, so they are old files that are not currently being caught in the bases view where I'm using to keep up to date. So I have checked the tags, let's complete that one, but now I want to add a different one. I need a way to filter for areas of projects using tags. Don't know, future problem. Now let's check the links, and because why not, let's have a look at the graph view. I haven't looked at this in like forever. Can't even remember the shortcut, Control G. Or doesn't that look like a mess? Okay, let's get rid of those groups. Not interested. So most of these orphans on the outside that aren't linked to anything are sources, which I don't actually care about at the moment. So I'm going to put go through sources as something at the bottom, but that's going to take like forever. And so what am I actually doing with checking links? What do I want to get? Probably if I come into here, oh wow, okay, there's more than I thought. Let's bring it up here. Let's get rid of the outgoing links. I think I only want to show the incoming links. So that is Introduction to Ecological Psychology. That is the main one that I came from. So let's tag anything with a book with orange. So I now know that that is a book one. So I know this is not going, no other video / article, however you want to describe it. I'm going to call them videos just for ease of use for me. So there's no video that links back to this one. So if we go here, I can now see tons of things linking back to it, but what I want, I think, is a visual to say that this was YouTube. And YouTube for me is red. I'm going to play around with the forces, and I think I actually want neighboring links as well, so I can see what's being worked on. Yeah, what is that? Human complexity. Okay, that makes sense. Motivation, of course, is linked to just tons of random stuff. That's the file I was looking at earlier. It's just so broad. Let's pick one of these though. Let's see how this, yeah, this makes more sense. So this is one of the videos that I've actually done, and you can see, oh, Hank Green appears, and then ecological assumptions of perception appears, and then, yes, okay, this makes more sense. Cool. I really don't want all of these properties in here though, because every time I come in here, it's just going to be distracting, so let's just remove all of those. So I've checked the links, but now when I make a view for it, so basis view for checking links, I'm going to remove them later and then go through the quick notes. I can do that now. So that is an unfiltered look at my Obsidian Vault. I will probably cut up a lot of the boring processes, but let me know if you have any ideas for the problems that I shared, or maybe it was useful for you. I don't know, but it's going to be helpful for me to look back on anyway. So have a nice day, and I'll see you in the comment section.